Yo, welcome to Crate 808, and today we are summarising what has been a stacked 2021 in hip-hop. We are going in. We have got our favourite albums, we have got our favourite MVP candidates, we have got our songs of the year, our lyrics of the year, just general 2021 vibes, and this was a big live show we did for the Patreon users, patreon.com/Crate808 if you want to get involved. And yeah, we went in, and so we split this up because it was such a big show. We're going to split it into two parts. This is part one. In the description is the link for part two, so get all the good stuff going, subscribe, tell all your friends, and let's get ready, because we are going to talk about Wiki, Navy Blue, we've got some Dave East love, we've got Harry Fraud love, Rap Ferreira love. This one is a big one. We even talk about good looking rappers, and I know everyone needs more of that in their life, don't they? More chat about good looking rappers. But yeah, so here we go, let's go. Boom. Yo, welcome to Crate 808.
That's what we've all been waiting for. That's what we've all been waiting for.
The last yo 2021. Wow, Raymond Ridge is in the house, the Crate 808 ambassador in Perth. James Midwinter, who's usually on, is not on right now, but the live chat is cooking. We are here to do a summary of 2021, and maybe a little bit of a look forward to 2022 as well, if people feel interested. Yo, quick reminder, if you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you'll be kept up to date with all that we're doing. And also, man, get involved in the YouTube comments. Man, we love hearing from you fellow hip-hop heads. We love nerding out, so bring those takes and just bring that flavour, man, and we might even shout you out on the show. So yes, appreciate all the support. Now, back to the episode. But already telling you now, get your pillows ready, get your neck pillows, get your massage guns, because this is 2 hours minimum, innit? This is going to be, just with technical difficulties, it's going to be 2 hours minimum. So,
yeah,
can't wait. So we're going to kick off Raymond Ridge. First of all, before we do least hip hop thing, 2021, sum it up in 3 words for you, hip hop wise.
In 3 words, just trying to
anyone in the chat, please do 3 words as well. Just you're probably quicker than Ray, because it is 3 a.m. where he is.
Look, it's just, firstly, it's 3 a.m. Let's summarize in 3 words. Ray is tired. That's it. That's basically, that's all. That's
right. That actually is your 2021. Ray is tired of my hip-hop selection, my hip-hop recommendations, although I've seen a few recommendations popping up on your end-of-year list, and every year I drop you a little, what do you think to this Apollo Brown album? Oh yeah, I love it. So I do know you, Ray. Free Music Empire is playing Go Fish with his little kid whilst this happens. So I'm kind of like, wow, that's, I don't know, we're on the level of Go Fish with his kid. I love that. Let's go in then, Ray. Least hip-hop thing in the last 24 hours. What have you got? I know what it is. It's that little thing you had in your teeth before we went on live.
Least hip-hop thing. It's probably inadvertently the most hip-hop thing as well, because Kanye West, Through the Wire, 50 Cent had some kind of mouth injury, changed how he speaks. I decided not to. I've got to wear one of his fucking mouth splints. I got to wear it all day, every day. And there's a separate one for nighttime. Yeah, it's going to push. It kind of decompresses. Yeah, there's a day one and a night one. I'm wearing a day one now, even though it's night. Oh, look at that, living on the edge.
Did some old man in the market in Perth sell you these like magic beans? Like, you'll need 2 because you don't know what. Why have you got them?
No, it's just I got a compressed jaw apparently, and something about the jaw bit. It's not very hip hop, but if I had to keep it in, it would be hip hop because it'd be spitting through the wire. But just fucking take it out, don't you? So it's fine.
I think the compressed jaw might just be your anger. You know, you're quite generally an angry person, aren't you, Ray? Like, you tend to get upset about things.
No, that's complete mischaracterization of the whole point. I make a point of getting my point across. The point is not. I'm not just going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I like Matt Comey as well. Oh yeah, Navy Blue. Oh God, they're so. No, I'm not having it.
Okay, I don't.
It's like I don't believe in participation trophies. I don't believe in it.
Nor do I. That's why there's one clear winner this year, and I'm going to go to the chat right now because they're already talking about it. Here we go. Jack Patula. Oh, welcome, Jack. Jack's on as well. Chris Longshank, straight in out of nowhere, from left field, not even left field, it's a good shout to be fair, Rome Streetz MVP all caps. He dropped that bomb for you right there. Ninja Rose. Oh, Ninja Rose is on. Boom. New Patreon, by the way, Ninja Rose. Big up. Boom.
Big up.
Toby looks, Chris Long says Rome. Nick Sheffield. Here we go. Mac Homie takeover. Not all caps, but you don't need it when it's Mac Homie because it's just such an easy win. It's an easy win. Mac Homie day. Today's Mac Homie and Arm and Hammer day. That's what we're going to do today. But this is good for Osman.
It's a Red Dwarf shout.
Right. Yeah, Ray has turned into the cat from Red Dwarf. Any Red Dwarf fans out there, I want to see if we can keep this going now. This little thing,
fuck.
Boys
actually,
from the Dwarf. If we can get that, if we can bring that back, can we bring that back? I don't know. That's probably the least hip hop thing I've done. But
yeah, what is the least hip hop thing you've done?
Least hip hop thing I've done. So I was teaching my kids how to be sneaky and trick people. Like, you know, as a joke, so our basic what happened was I was playing football with him and I distracted him and I scored a goal and I said, I tricked you, and he got really upset. I was like, no, it's part of life. You've got to be able to, you know, be a bit shady. And mind you, this is quite hip hop, isn't it, what I did? But he got me. He said, as we were playing, I was eating some quavers, Aldi quavers, so not proper quavers, not legit, knockoffs. Still as good though. Aldi do not sponsor this podcast, but I had these crisps. He went, Dad, let me have a crisp. He went to get a crisp and he nutmegged me and it went in. And I think that's the second nutmegged by son story I've told on this podcast. So, nutmegged by son, or actually for lunch today, I watched a 25-minute YouTube video essay on Toby from the US Wire. The Office, not The Wire, The Office, the US Office, Toby Flenderson. There was just a 25-minute video on Toby Flenderson. And I was like, do I want to watch this? Turns out I did. And I liked it as well. So that's my least hip hop things. Toby Flenderson video essays.
Yeah, right. I don't think.
Nothing to that?
No, I don't know. Just.
Got nothing.
There's, like, I'll sit through The Office, but documentaries about characters from The Office, you're just going.
It's too far.
It's a step too far.
Just watch Friends again. I don't know if we've said this on the podcast yet before, but Ray was like a crack fiend with the Friends box set at uni. So just watch that again. Really, isn't it, Ray?
Yeah. So. I actually am watching it again.
No, for fuck, mate. Okay, let's get on with it.
Not properly. It's just background. It's just background. But it's also, you know, when you revisit something like series 1 of Friends is really bad. It's really bad. And weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird because it really took off, obviously, because it's one of the biggest shows ever. But now you're watching it like, well, watch this again. It'd be funny, you know, Chandler and Joey and everything. And no, it's really bad. It's really.
Yeah. Well, there you go. See,
it shows that how much I've grown. So, you know, that I used to enjoy it and now watch it ironically as
Okay.
A 41-year-old.
Right. I like it, Ray. I like the fact you brought Friends up. Let's go back into the chat quickly before we jump into our... what are we going to jump in with first? I think albums, obviously. But here we go. Free Music Empire. Most characters from Red Dwarf have some Ray in them. Yo. Us here at the Crate 808 podcast have kicked off our Patreon. So if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a platform where you can go and for a small donation, you can help support us make more hip hop content for you. Go on to patreon.com/Crate808 and you can check out all the little payment options you've got there. You can check out the 2 new episodes you'll be getting every month, live chats with us guys, just to rap nerd out with you guys. We're going to go into some wide-ranging episodes, delving into the work of the Wu-Tang Clan, MF Doom and Jay Dilla. So get it locked if you want that new granular look at hip-hop. So go to our payment tiers on Patreon, big up yourselves. If you choose to support us, thank you so much. I will give you a personalised shout out on the show and we shall catch you in one of these live rooms and let's get this community going. So spread the word, much love for your time and peace out. Boom. Let me think. Lister, definitely, you were a bit of a slob back in the day. Rimmer, fucking all day long. All you do is fucking annoy me. The cat, the grill. Crichton. Yeah, you got a little bit of a square head, I suppose. A little bit, I don't know. Yeah, either way, I'm here to... We'll put that on the Patreon. We'll do a bonus episode on that.
I'm here for it.
Try to pick that out. Jack Petula, Bruiser Brigade on my MVP. Brah. Brutang. I'm here for that shout. I love Bruiser this year. Absolutely amazing. Someone called you a smeghead. Chris did. Thank you for that. Called Ray a smeghead as well. Lovely. Free Music Empire. If you had to pick one from Bruiser, who gets it? Oh, man, I'm going to let them chat about it. We'll go back to that because that's too heavy for me. But let's go in then, Ray, right? What should we start with? Should we start with albums and then we'll go into MVPs? Or where do you want to start, Ray?
Yeah, let's do that because...
Albums?
Start with albums because his selections are very similar to his mid-year ones, right?
Yes.
Right? Aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and anyone who joined the mid-year chat, there may be a bit of repetition here right now, but this is what we're trying to do, keep it fresh. And I think there's been quite a few new projects since that dropped, so we're in. Right, so let's do this. Raymond Ridge, top 5 albums favourite albums of 2021. Where's your number 5 and who is it?
We're doing them in order again, aren't we? Look, I've just picked 5. Mm-hmm. We do them in order.
It's for the graphics, isn't it? Really, but I don't. To be fair, my number 1's changed twice today, so I think just say what it is now, but we have a leeway that probably won't last.
Okay, so number 5, I would say Imaginary Everything, L'Orange and Namir Blade. That's
okay. Okay, go on. I'm here for it. Imaginary Everything.
Yeah, I've just been it's one of those ones I keep coming back to because the production on the album, it's so. I mean, it's people playing instruments is the thing. It's not so much. I think there's a few samples in there, but it just I imagine they'd be great live, and there's something about the in a 2021 field of Alchemist beats with no fucking drum beats. Like this is like. You can hear this. It's not just. There's something about it when it's a drummer sat there, fucking on the drums. Different to obviously I love hip hop, but it's just something different about it that I don't know. I got time for it, so I've been revisiting that. Some of the standout tracks, Nihilism, Corner Store, Scandal was fucking really good. Gassed Up and Somebody's Anthem. Have you checked it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Namir Blade, L'Orange sounds so bad when you say L'Orange. It sounds so classy. L'Orange.
L'Orange, it's all right.
L'Orange.
We're adults, we can speak Le Francais.
Yeah, we can. Of course we can. James Midwinter's here. Just before I jump into Imaginary Everything with you, I'm going to let James in and let him know. But let's get him in. Let's have a chat. But here he comes. Boom. James, put your pants on. You're live. He hasn't probably heard that. I'll do it again. Second time.
Yeah, wait till someone's in the room. Yeah. Wait till he's present so he can hear your joke. And then rip the shit out.
Pretend that's the first time you've heard it. James, put your pants on. You're live.
Hi.
I want to go back into the chat then whilst we're waiting for James to set up. So, Free Music Empire dropped it like it's hot. If you could pick one from Bruiser, who gets it? Jack Patullo comes in with Bruiser Wolf. Rinse the album. Yes. Dope Game has been amazing. And Osmond's got... What have you got here? No, actually, no one else has jumped in on that. I'm going to say Fat Ray.
Yeah, I'd say Fat Ray as well.
Fat Ray's fucking amazing. They've all been great this year, but Fat Ray...
Again, the production on that album as well is just...
unreal.
Yeah, it's so clean and covers the whole kind of left to right. Anyway,
absolutely. What else we got here? Ninja Rose says Jadakiss, Mac Homie, Nas, Carr, Billy Woods, Ransom and Rome Streetz can all have a good argument for MVP this year. What a year it's been. Let's take a minute for this fucking year. It has been a fucking incredible year.
Yeah, nothing bad's happened this year.
I was about hip hop. We keep it strictly hip hop on this show. James, Ray's dropped his first album that he was talking about.
I'm getting slated in the fucking comments.
Are you?
Hey, Free Music Empire, why don't you go fuck yourself? How about that?
The first one I just read is good. Free Music says 808 needs James like Friends needs Chandler.
We were talking about Friends.
I thought that was a diss.
You don't watch Friends. No, Chandler's the best thing in it.
No, Chandler is good, but I just thought that was a diss for some reason. I don't know why.
It's because we were talking about Friends at all. It doesn't seem relevant, but
because usually it's like you need friends like you need enemies kind of thing. I assumed it was like that. Oh, great.
Oh, right. I see where you.
To be fair, if he'd have said like Phoebe, that would have been a diss, wouldn't it? If I was the Phoebe of this podcast.
Yeah, although esoteric,
She's
abstract,
yeah.
loves cats.
She's the most musical as well, so.
So yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Free Music Empire. I got my friends mixed up.
Yeah. So James, what is the least hip hop thing you've done in the last 24 hours before we go back into the album? What have you got one for us?
Losing track of time in a Waitrose and then being late being late for a recording is probably very hip hop, actually.
The most hip hop thing. But losing track of time in a Waitrose, just cut it there.
Yeah.
You win. Again.
I always win. No, yesterday, my original was going to be, yesterday I was watching Vanilla Sky with my girlfriend, and I turned to her and I said, "Oh, what? Tom Cruise can't act?" That was probably the least hip hop thing, because he is brilliant in it. But yeah,
I would say Tom Cruise can act. I mean, he's not like top level, but Magnolia.
Yeah, Magnolia.
I think in Magnolia that is just Tom Cruise, though. Maybe. Are you just you? Is this just
maybe?
You? I don't know.
But in that case, he's acting really well in all his other films where he plays the handsome, rugged, nice guy. So. Very
good point. Who else climbs a cliff like he does in Mission Impossible 2's intro?
I know. Utterly realistic.
It really is. Right, James, we're going to go in. We thought we'd start with the albums. Ray doesn't fancy a ranking too much. I don't mind. Mine are going all over the place, but if you want to, you can do. Ray went with number 5. His first one he came up with, La Orange and Namir Blades, Imaginary Everything.
Yeah.
Ray, obviously, great shout. Can I jump in on this one?
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, L'Orange for me is one of my producers of the year. He's done one of my best songs of the year has got him in there. I'll go to that later, but he's been incredible. I love his just evolution over these last few years. I've really got into his work, but this one, I don't know, it didn't stick out to me like Marlowe 2. Marlowe 2, oh man, that just stuck to me last year. This one kind of, I tried to, but what I loved about it was more the sampling. That Namir Blade I do enjoy, but it didn't get me. It didn't get me in the zone to go back and back and back. The production definitely did, though. And I love the sampling on it. I think he's on it. What I loved about it, he goes, this is the thing, you can't nail him down. Gospel, blues, rock. And, well, he kind of goes through the whole array. And what I love about him, it doesn't sound, I don't know if retrofitted is the right word, but what I love about it is it doesn't sound like it's from back in the day. He kind of keeps it very current. And I've always found it very hard to put my finger on what his sound is. You know, like Primo people say boom bap, or, RZA,
it's Danger Mouse. I'll stop you there. It's just Danger Mouse. That's what it is.
Oh, it's Danger Mouse.
That's what he reminds me of. He reminds me of Danger Mouse. That's his production style, where it's kind of, I don't know, and a bit like Gorillaz as well. I could imagine him doing production for Gorillaz. Like, it's hip hop, but it's like a bit like a circus as well. I don't know what it is about it. Or at least that album that Ray bought last time, Marlowe 2, was really like that. This one's I like this one better because it's toned down a bit. But yeah.
Yeah. Bit more subtle, maybe, I suppose. And plus, he bought an instrumental album. I cannot remember what it's called, though, but it's a very long title. But that one, it's brilliant. It just showcases he can just make beautiful music, and I actually prefer that instrumental album to this. But I do really like Imaginary Everything. Saying that, we were saying, James, this year has been so stacked. I genuinely have about 30 honorable mentions, and I may have to get some text from Ray.
Doesn't surprise anyone.
You're just going to have to roll them up. You're just going to have to roll them up on the side of this when we get to it.
Just make a brilliant playlist, because it'll be an amazing playlist. I was having a listen to your bangers today, and there were a few great ones in there.
Crate 808 Bangers playlist. By the way, anyone who's got that playlist, please subscribe on crate808.com. You go on there, subscribe. It's on Spotify. Spotify are the worst. I'm calling you out right now. Shots fired. Spotify have the worst customer service I've ever met. Ever. And I'm talking about British Gas and all that. They retracted the song title, Crate 808 Bangers, I don't know why, and won't let me put it back on. So if that playlist has no name for you, doesn't show up on your recently played, it's because they won't change it back for some reason, and I get no help from them. And it's been about 2 months I'm trying that.
What are they doing?
8 weeks.
I don't get it. What?
They retracted the title. The title is no longer there. So on Spotify, although the playlist is there, it doesn't show up on recently played or anything, because anyway, it's in the words. But people who are finding trouble with it, there you go. I like that shout, Ray. Great shout. I think we're all enjoying that. Let's see what they say in the comments before we jump on to the next one.
Ninja's Rose had it for in his top 10. Oh, until September. All right, then, fair enough.
Ooh,
it was in my top 10. It's not anymore, though.
There's 10.
It's a time limited top 10.
There's in another year, I actually think this could be top 10.
He can't pick a MC.
So much.
The MCs he gets, or at least the MCs he gets, don't have any musicality in their flow. Like that's why.
Marlowe's brilliant.
Marlowe is Marlowe's like, let's have some big, it's like I was saying, kind of circusy hip hop beats that are huge, and then let's get a guy just shout all over them, and it's just too much the whole way through. And then this guy, this is better. Like, what's his face? Lawrence has taken is a bit more subtle, but then the new guy's just really average. What's his face?
Namir Blade.
Not for me. It's fine. It's
Okay.
good. It's good quality. It's good quality. My girlfriend was listening to in the car earlier, and she said, "I don't love it, but I wouldn't turn it off." And that's her review of it. And I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty much how I feel as well."
To be fair, I'm going to go in on this with Ray. Ray's top 5 generally, and this is no means of a diss, but there's a lot of meat and potatoes rap. And I kind of love
but
that.
there is one awful. I'd agree with that.
We'll get to that. There's no Jojo Pellegrino this time around, I don't think.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, spoiler alert. But yeah, okay, fair enough. By the way, absolute shout for one of my producers of the year, Raffi. Raffi did Santa Barbara. Raffi did Don't Game Stupid. Raffi's signature is fucking brilliant as well. That little.
I was wondering what that was.
Sounds
like my headphones batteries are going down. It's really weird.
That's the thing, is it? People all over the world are just like, wait, hang on, what? What's this? Hang on, is this?
I fucking love that.
It's good,
getting
isn't
up
it?
there with one of my albums of the year. I'm going to come up with as well has this skit, but one of my favourite signature sample things ever is "Damn son, where'd you find this one?" That always still today gets me. I don't know what it is, but it gets me giggle, it gets me amped, and it's on one of my albums of the year later. But yeah, so Raffi, yes, thank you. Who else is there on here that we've got going on? Ninja Rose Lawrence definitely needs a household name. For me, one of the best producers in the last 5 years. I'm there right with you, Ninja Rose, which is actually an anagram for, well, figure it out. In the chat, you can figure it out what Ninja Rose is an anagram for. Either way, James, in your 5, what you got? What's your 5th? Are you ranking these? What's your 5th?
What's my 5th? I'm going to say it's... Oh, mate,
He's still
put me on
got
the
decided,
spot.
has he? He's like me earlier.
I've got my 5, but I haven't decided what's going to be 5th. I'm going to go with the Yod Fahim. That was in my summer top 5. It stayed in there. Oh God, that means oh no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep Jazz Spaztiks. I'm all over the place here because you were earlier on. I'm like, I can't decide what to keep in there. But yeah, Yod Fahim's good meat and potatoes rap album, but like a little bit above the rest.
It's elevated from that.
Yeah, it is. The lyrics on it, the two guys just sort of come off really well together. Like I said before, it's like Cormega and Nas together, but like a sort of Aldi version of them. And that's fine. That's fine.
No, I would say Droog is so consistent in rhyming. I would say his albums, he has had a year, to be fair.
I mean, Jesus Christ, he's had albums out and I didn't even know they were out.
Yeah, I know. He's had some. I think there's been some inconsistency in his albums, but his rhyming has been unreal. I would say he's up there as one of the best actual rappers. Like if we were ranking our rappers of the year, I think Droog's in the 10. Droog he's just been bringing it. And on this, it's more on this. Him and the God Fahim, sorry, is like. I don't know, there's something about the way they work together. I fucking love it. I love their chemistry. I told you I shop entrees. Even now, mate. This came out early this year. That is still getting rinsed. That's just going to be a track I think I'm just going to keep going back to. I love that track. And I know we talked about it in the summer, but yeah, man. Mailman, fucking brilliant track. Rain Man.
Yeah, Mailman's
Bert
ridiculous.
Simpson. Yeah. Great title for a track. Song titles of the year. We've got a few coming up in our albums, I think. But Bert Simpson always gets me. I love that. And yeah, man, I love it. Ray, what are you saying to it?
Yeah, I got time for the Yod Fahim. To be honest, I've been rinsing more of my own playlist because, well, you know. Why wouldn't I?
Selfish Ray. Yeah.
But you
bought one of his other albums for the summer one, didn't you? And is that's dropped out?
Yeah, Time dropped out. Well, yeah.
It dropped. It's dropped out of the top 5, top 10 as well. Actually, it dropped pretty low on the list. But yeah, this one, just Mailman, I've been coming back to quite a lot, and
Mailman is great shout. Very hypnotic keys on that. That's what I enjoyed about that one. Do you know another one actually that I love is the way Droog raps on Disney World. I was just at recently, literally recently, because you said you're still in your 5, and fucking hell, I love him on that. And so yeah, I think that's a great shout. I'm kind of surprised it stayed in your 5, but yeah, good shout. Another one, we got another category coming up later. This should be shouted in there. Album artwork of the year.
I like the artwork of this.
It's fucking great. It's super.
It's silly but great.
Yeah, silly but great. What a great what a great summary.
Do you want to stick? Do you want to stick to going through albums, or do you want to jump into some of the other subjects as they come up? Because album artwork of the year is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we do that later. I think we do albums, get that out of the way. Bang,
okay,
second half. We do all the other stuff. Let's just quickly go into the chat before I jump in my 5th one. What have we got here? Oh, L'Orange definitely needs that. Yes, free music. His best stuff for me is with Jeremiah J, and he's absolutely right. That's when I fell in love with him. What is that fucking album called? Something about war, and he's got a gas mask on the front of the cover and shit. I'm awful with album titles, but L'Orange on that's when I realised, who is this guy? But yeah, amazing. Right, my 5th has rotated absolutely ridiculously this last week. JPEG Mafia was in there with LP.
Did it? Really? You like that album?
I fucking...
But you did. The other one's way better than that album.
No, but the thing is, I think a lot of these are recency bias, and a lot of these may, I was like, oh, Navy Blues Reprise was like in my 5 all fucking year. And for certain, reasons, obviously why. But...
He's cool.
I'm going to take that out of my 5 this time. And because I'm Navy Blues still being represented somewhere in the 5. But... because I do love that album, I rinsed it all year, I'm going with Hitler Wears Hermes 8, Side B, Westside Gunn, right? Because I was going through Little Sims, great album, obviously. JPEG Mafia, Sky Zoo. Sky Zoo was up there for me. Evidence, that was another one that was up there for me. So all these albums, I was like, oh, can I get number 5th spot? Can I get 5th spot? And it just came down to where I was like, do you know another one? Luca. We've got to talk about him as well. Luca was my number 5 spotlight yesterday. But I went with this because, right, let me go to my notes here, because I actually noted a few things down with this. Right, when you look at what do I want from my 5, I want some depth, I want some substance, but I also want stuff that I've just rinsed. And I looked at how much is on the Crate 808 Bangers playlist. And Side B is a very long album. Side A, I wasn't that into. Side B doesn't feel long. I rinsed this back to front. I'm like, oh, fuck, that didn't feel long. And I'm just looking at, why do I like this so much? So I try to drill into it. First of all, on the production credits, Madlib, I'm in. Alchemist, Camo Monk, Darringer, Denny LaFleur, DJ Green Lantern's on here. It has all that. And I was like, that's why it sounds, even though it's Westside being a genius like Westside is curating it, it does sound very, what's the word? Dynamic, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of stuff going on. And the same thing is the features. Tyler's feature on here is amazing. Jay Electronica turns up on this. I know he turns up on odd year for Jay. He's kind of turned up on a few things on features, and he's a bit more visible. But the one for me is Stove God fucking Cooks. And I think that's why I love this album, is because I was waiting for Stove God Cooks to drop, and nothing really dropped. But he really took over on this album. He's just outshining everyone he's with. His flavour, his charisma, the way he's spitting. What is it? He comes in with the sun shining on my black skin. He just goes into that. Like, it's just so much, it's so much charisma and just dynamism. I fucking love him. And who else I'll enjoy on this? AZ's on here. Peak Benny the Butcher. Butcher.
That track with Benny the Butcher is brilliant. I do live
and
that.
He's
The
been
first
bringing
one
it,
that he's on.
Yeah, Benny's been bringing it the whole year, hasn't he? The track that opens the album kills it.
Top 10 rappers of the year, right there. Benny's in there. He's been killing it all year. I would say Conway, even though his own albums, Conway might be my favourite member, and he hasn't dropped anything like Lulu this year that's really got into me, really got under my skin. But some of my favourite Conway stuff is on this album. And I'll say Armani Caesar showing up has been great, because I've been waiting for her to show up, so that's been great. Keisha Plum's poetry's back. I love Keisha Plum. And when they use her, I don't know, it ties it all together so nicely. Rome Streetz was just fantastic on this as well. So it's nice to see a master I'm a master exec. I know what I'm doing, and I'm consistent. And I think the reason this probably ain't getting as much love as some people might not give it is because we're just used to Westside doing this. But this has just been so rinsed for me now, side B. And I want to go into a few of the tracks, but I want to hear what you want to say before I do. What are you guys saying to side B or side A? What do you think side A?
I mean, like you say, it's like I've heard this before, literally last week, but it is still good. How long can he keep doing it? It's like a tightrope that he's walking. He just keeps going. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing. When is he going to fall off? But like, it is enjoyable enough. I think he just knows what his audience is like. What we want to hear is like him mixing guns, drugs, cars with high art and like amazing food and people, girls from the Netherlands calling you up and telling you how much they love you. That kind of weird shit in there.
Come on.
He's like all of that put in, and then he, like you say, you've summed it up perfectly. He's an amazing like executive producer in like the beats. If you listen to like the average meat and potatoes rap that we were discussing, the beats just sound so bland in comparison to what he's got. Like every single beat is interesting. Like the little like beat conductor doing the out of key like sort of notes that he puts in there, and like
I love those.
Yeah,
I love those, and Tyler loved those, and that's why I love what Tyler's done this year. He has jumped on stuff like this, and again, another one of the rappers of the year you could contend with. He's put in the work, and I think this is what I love is when someone like Tyler's influenced by this. Like, it's great shit for conductor. You know the bit where he does a skit, he stretches the skit.
You love a drop, don't you?
I love this.
You like a tag on it. We should do a top 10 tags and then play them on the podcast.
Raffy wins. Ray, I can see you've been sighing and rolling your eyes. Let's get it out of the way.
No, I'm not sighing. I'm trying to remain positive. So in the interest of remaining positive, let's move on to the next album.
What a prick.
I just found out, a lot of, like, it's not all of them, but I found it was an album that I skipped through, and there's a lot of beats that I feel like they're about to start and then they finish. It's not a start. It's not. I'll
give you that.
Yeah, it's just a lot of beats that are just like the drop doesn't come, and it fucking annoys me. And so.
Okay, well, there you go. Fair enough. And we've heard this argument before, regular listeners know, so I don't think we need to scratch that scab anymore than Ray's already tried to heal over the years. But I say jump into a few of these tracks because we talked about what tracks we like. I would say the skits, you're right there. Julia Lang, fucking great voicemail. And then one of the nastiest fucking beats of the year, Julia Lang, just comes in off that. Camo Monk, big up. The album cover, by the way, I love the album cover to this. I don't know what it is. It's like smoky. He's got that star-studded like balaclava on and shit. And even side A's one is great, but I love the way he approaches it as art. Ostertag by Alchemist. All I've written is nasty, nasty, nasty. It's just what might be one of my favourite beats of the year, even though it's like so small. And Stove God on it, and then it makes you feel for Stove God. You're just annoyed. You're like, where is Stove God now? But Hell on Earth 2, fucking, that's when them three work together. Unreal. I think Conway on there rhymes Iguodala with commas, and it works. How are you rhyming words that don't rhyme but they work? So Hell on Earth 2, 99 Averex jacket. What great title names these are, by the way. Hell on Earth 2, I love that ode to Mob, and you know I love Hell on Earth, it's my favourite Mob album. But 99 Averex jacket, bang, you're transported, Green Lantern on the beat, and it's one of them odd, weird rap tracks that you just said there, you know them off-key things. It's almost teetering on breaking point, like those beats, and it transported me. I was cleaning up my wardrobe, listening to this the other day, and it reminded me of when my voice broke in class. And I thought that's what it must have sounded like. And I felt really hot again. I felt really hot. And I was like, oh, God, it gave me a few shudders. And so, yeah, there's 99 Averex jacket. That's what it can do to you. Give you some shudders.
Bang that later.
And but you can't wait. And also, mate, R.A.P. Bergdorf, Nicholas Craven has had a fucking year again. And that Mac on there is just confident, swaggericious. I love it. Is that a word? I don't know. Big Al, Rome Street's paying.
Are you the new E40?
Swaggericious. We talk about Ghost, we talk about Conway, we just fucking do it. Why not? And 2 Chainz, one of the best features of the year, I'm going to put out there on Forest Lawn. 2 Chainz is great on that. I'm going to go to the chat before we jump into Ray's next one. What have we got here? Blah, 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 blah. Aaron's noticed I've got Biggie in the room. That's been around this year. This was a present from the boys from Crate 808. Yeah, 6 foot Biggie. See you later. He's always there. I had a guy come around trying to do the lighting the other day, and he was like, "Is that?" I was, yeah, don't worry about it. Just do the light. Thanks. Complicate Your Life with Violence. That's the one I'm thinking of. Ninja Rose. Yes. 2019. L'Orange and Jeremiah J. And both Luke albums were great. Oh, and they beat Westside Gunn, both sides. Do you know what? Free Music, yes, I probably would have agreed with you. Luke has been unreal this year. And Jack Pacino, that Wiki out. Oh, they're talking about Wiki. They're talking about Wiki. Let's go there later. Ray, your next album, mate. What is it and why?
HOFFA, Davies, Harry Fraud's beats, just absolutely murder it. And, you know, they're so slick. It sounds like a Tarantino movie kind of highlights the way that it sounds like a Tarantino soundtrack, because the samples that Harry Fraud's used in that. It's just I don't know. I'm feeling this. It's it's not really concept. It's not like he only talks about Jimmy Hoffa through the entire fucking album.
I wanted that though.
Yeah, but loosely, like the opening tracks, Disappearance. That's such a sick shit. That's just been like, you know, there's certain tunes of the year that like they're your top 5 of the year. Yeah, cool. And then you get to 2022 and you're not listening to them ever again. But yeah, that's one it's migrated to that permanent kind of playlist. Yes, that's what makes it into the top 5. Yeah, Disappearance, Diamonds as well. Uncle Rick, another Benny feature as well. Benny's just been absolutely killing it, and yeah, the other track, Red Fox. It's it's just I think it works as a whole project as well. And Dave East, look, he's not a top 5 rapper or anything, but he does switch up his flow, and it is kind of interesting over the course of the album. What were you saying about it?
I don't know. For me, first of all, I wanted to ask, there's a few questions I wanted to ask. Why is this above Plugs 2? Plugs I Met 2?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Why is everything you've put on above Plugs 2?
No, but Harry Fraud, I love Harry Fraud. Glass 2.0 is one of my projects of last year. I love him. He's great.
If you're doing a
what did you find in
mixtape,
this that you didn't find in Plugs? Yeah.
if you're doing a mixtape and you can't afford Alchemist, who'd you go to? Harry Fraud.
Oh, mate, no, I'm not having that.
That's true. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
No, Harry's got bangers. Harry does more traditional bangers, I feel.
Yeah.
I don't think he...
Yeah, Harry makes hip-hop, and Alchemist makes some weird alternative unfinished beats. Oh, I love what he did. He put the sample, and you thought there was going to be a drum beat, and then there wasn't. Oh, there wasn't. That's the fucking every fucking beat that he puts out the whole year. And people love it. Obviously, people love it. Mm-hmm. I don't. So I'm not having it. And so, yeah, Harry Fraud just brings... It's just satisfying beats.
It is satisfying. It is.
Isn't it? Why would you... if you've got that... Why would you?
But this album
not?
Is a little bit weighed down by East for me. I like the album. It's grown on me since you put, because I only listened to it a few times and I didn't really go back. But because you put it on your list, I dug in for a night. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna listen to the whole album. And I listened to it. I thought, yeah, it is actually really good. But where again does my love for it lie? And it is the production. Like 60 for the Lawyer is fucking unbelievable. Brilliant beat. Diamonds is amazing. Real lavishness to his production on this album, I think. He's gone real plush. Like, you know, he's got a little bit of that to it. And I like that. I think it works. Another rapper is great. But I think East he's good. He sounds good. But he just doesn't I tend to zone out sometimes when I hear him. And I know people say about Boldy James. I know people can say
Jesus.
When you then hear like
James,
G Herbo
Matt Comey, Navy Blue.
You can't zone out of Matt Comey if you're paying attention. No fucking way. He's got more punch.
What are you? Are you paying attention or you're not paying attention? You're zoning out or you?
No. If what I'm saying is he grabs your attention, Mac. Anyway, I'm talking about this first, right? Because when G Herbo was great on Go Off, I thought, but Butcher on Uncle Rick, that annoys me that East is on that track and it's on his album. And I'm like, that shouldn't annoy me. I get like 90 seconds of Benny, and it's amazing. But Uncle Rick is like, why is he weighing this down? And I don't mind him. I know in the Wu Saga, he's a great method man. Fair play, very good looking man. You're doing well right now. But
Jesus, see this is the theme, Jambo. I don't know if you've picked up on this, but Cam's. I was listening to. Did you listen to his he was on another podcast recently.
Next
Of course I
movement.
didn't.
Rap. Next
Okay,
movement
so
podcast.
basically, I checked that the other day, and Cam's just doing a lot of talking about how good looking rappers are recently. Oh, just talk about, he's so good looking. Was it? Isn't
Navy
excuse
blue
me.
is good looking. There's not
Is it
like,
navy blue?
That's not like.
I
just
mean,
me.
what's it got to do with
he's
his
a
art?
solid 8 smoke show. Okay, so
Yeah, like, but that's not.
I would
like,
do a
oh,
podcast
God.
about that. That's an interesting
Yeah,
podcast.
I was gonna say that's more interesting than some people going, oh, they're so macho and that. Yeah, you are, but just point out that
Why would it?
his life.
Who's saying that?
Well, either way,
What's
I like
going
talking
on?
about good-looking rappers are. Sorry, Jesus Christ, man.
You keep doing it, mate. I think it's your
I'm trying.
It's your modus operandi.
man.
It's your,
I
You know,
think, by
you
the
know
way-
what? You know what? Another big takeaway from the Next Movement podcast was.
Yes,
And
they were great.
is it appropriate to take the piss out of Cam here? Probably is. Basically, I was listening to that podcast and I was like, wow. I was like, oh, and I was like, wow. Oh, and I was listening to another album, yeah. And on that album, I was like, wow. You said, and I was like, wow, about 1,000 times. I don't know if you
really?
Don't
I don't know if you're aware of it.
Do his thing. That's
I
fine.
listened back.
Yes.
I didn't grab that, but there you go. That's for the bingo card. You know why I do it?
Yeah.
It's a repetitious thing, mate.
What was the thing you were
I've noticed,
doing
man.
when you were
What's
the
what I was
jazz guy? When you were like,
my man.
oh my man.
I think I that once, though.
My man. I was
it's
like,
already
wow,
popped
my
out
man.
once.
I was like, wow, my man. It's,
Right.
Free,
So,
Free Music
let's just
Empire
go to
just
the
said
chat.
Ray needs to give his top 5 most attractive rappers. I'm here for that right now.
That is Patreon content. That is Patreon content. Let's just go in. Hold on. Let's just go in. If there's anything else that we missed. Free Music again. Best Harry Fraud album of the year was Jim Jones. Great shout. That was a good album. The Fraud Department. Ray, what happened to positivity? You're right, Ninja Rose.
positive
You're right.
about my albums.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough. That's
What I was going to say
we'll-
about, what's it called, the Harry Fraud album is, what is going on with Dave East's voice? Like, I remember him when he first
a bit-
came out, and now it sounds like before he goes on the mic, someone punches him in the throat every time. He's like that. It's really weird.
He was playing meth, so maybe he was doing a bit of method man.
But like, it's
method
all the
acting.
time now. Am I wrong? Is he like? It seems like he's changed. His
It did
voice
seem like a different
drastically.
voice to me. It did a little bit to me as well, but I don't know what it is. But yeah, but I don't really listen to him that much, so I can't say.
Maybe
But,
he's got-
again.
maybe
by the
he's
way,
got one of these.
Westside Gun on this.
Maybe
Maybe
that's
he's got
just
one of
what it
them.
was.
What is that?
Maybe he's got
What was that?
Oh shit,
grill.
Jammer, you didn't see
He's
it?
got
Yeah,
a
it was,
Crate 808 grill.
my least,
Got a grill?
yeah, Crate 808 grill. Yeah, I got a great Crate 808 grill. No, I got a splint now to, anyway, whatever. That was my least
He's
hip
got a
hop
com-
thing, but you missed it anyway.
No, what was it?
He's
I
got a
wanna know.
compressed
It's one of those.
jaw
It's got a
because of all
compressed
the
jaw and
anger
it
he
kind of
feels.
it decompresses.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
it's the anger. Basically, it's all this unresolved anger that I've been.
I grit
Yeah,
my
did
teeth
you?
in my sleep. Is that what you're doing?
No, but it's there's a day and night, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So it's.
I'll watch the
deep-
podcast
let's get
later. I'll watch it. Mate. I'll watch the podcast.
Yeah, maybe watch it back. Watch it back. So right, okay, James, your next one, mate. What you got?
What's my next album? I made a decision. I'm keeping Jazz Spaztiks in. Camera of Sound.
Oh,
Did it already in the summer, but I felt it was the reason it got kicked out. I was going to put 2 R.A.P Ferreira albums in, and I was like, that's over the top. Let's just keep one in. And
tell me you put the right one in though.
I don't know, mate. I'm not sure. I've put the one that I've listened to the most. The other one should be in there. It's easily, I've listened to it way
Do
more
it,
than.
man.
I'm keeping Jazz Spaztiks in there because it's a great album. Me and Ray both enjoyed it in the summer, and
Yeah.
I feel like
And I did, and me. We all
keep
enjoyed
that
it.
in. Yeah.
We all enjoyed it. Camera of Sound, yeah, great shout, Jazz Spaztiks.
Beautiful,
One of the
like,
albums that
beats.
passed me by.
Yeah. Just lovely
What would you want?
90s. It's really early 90s as well. It's not like mid 90s. It's early 90s beats, isn't it? And it's a little bit Prince
I've just-
Pauly.
yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I've just got 2 words and I've written down for it after our mid-year one, which was just lovely jubbly. I think it's just, I know I don't want to, that's my review, guys. Lovely jubbly.
Oh,
But no,
that's
seriously,
nice.
It's happy beats though, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What do you? This is what Westside did for me on side B. This is the thing that I think he's doing for other people. On this, it's like there is substance to it, I suppose, but it's more like I don't know the references. They've got Babita Garcia, as we talked. Party People's a fucking great track. I love Rock the Block. I think there's a guy called We Be Foolish, which is a great name. I think that's always a good name.
Where's he from?
Yeah, I don't know. I know, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I've heard that.
It's going to be from some really obvious group, really
I'm
massive.
sure people in the chat will drop us down. But I have to say, yeah, I can see why it's in there. Again, another album that kind of passed me. It wasn't on my rotation enough for me to give it a top 5 or top 10 ranking, but I can see it. I can see the Surfers in Nuki playing this. Jazz Spaztiks, Camera of Sound. Okay, cool. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, it's just a simple one to
turn?
move us on to the real,
But we had, for
shit.
mid-year, if you want a proper review, mid-year we went in. Mid-year we did go in on that one. So my turn, is it? Okay, so my number 4. Oh, right. So this was a late entrance because Navy's Blues Reprise obviously was up in there. And I think I had, what did I have last time around? I can't remember now. Little Sims, was it? Or no, can't remember. Boldy James, I think it might have been. I think it might have been Bo Jackson was in my 5
Yeah, it
mid-year.
was. Yeah.
Right, so it was. So this time round, my number 4 is Wiki's Half God. Fucking hell. Wiki's Half God is Wiki and Navy Blue. Fuck, what an album. Like, this is why Reprise came out of it, because Reprise was rinsed so much for me. I got more out of Wiki's bars on this, but yet again, fucking hell, Navy Blue is just showing he can mold his sound around other people. He could be an elite producer just for loads of different people, really. So I think when I go into that album, again, one thing that I think a lot of these albums do for me generally, all of these 5, and I think it's a kind of a signifier of when something's good, is tracks I don't play, deep album cuts, later on in the year become my favourite cut. And on this album, Grape Soda is just one of my most beautiful tracks of the year. The musicality of it, the way Wiki's going on there, it's so moving. Wiki's talking about New York, and like it's a real like homage to where he's from, but he's also quite brutal and like quite ruthless about going at people who have got maybe a bit more privilege, or who are like it almost feels like he's like, I've come from this place. He's questioning himself. He's questioning the people around him in New York. And I feel like a lot of that in this reminds me a little bit of Sky Zoo on what he did. And again, maybe why Sky Zoo didn't get in this, because I think the music to this is unbelievable. But seeing your community change in Grape Soda is amazing. And I think he says something on his bars where he's like, well, hold on, I've got it here. Whatever I'll find, I'm fine. Whatever I find, I'll take. But I'm in still a state of mind that'll drive me to a finer place. And whatever that's mine, I'll make the best of it. So the dream I had, I'm starting to make sense of it. In a year like 2021, especially like I've had, where it's just been dark, to hear someone say, I'm driving to a finer place and I'm going to make the best of what I've got, it's just been really inspiring. And it's again, stuck to me. So I love this album. Never Fall Off is just a beautiful beautiful song. Gasface, what a cut. When you're talking about doom, and like you're talking about like I think he says stuff like is that the only time you're going to keep me on my mind when you post stuff on IG, and then you're like, when you're dead, does it really matter what you've done, because I'm not here anymore to see the flowers. So it's really deep. It's a really deep album. What are you boys saying to Half God? Where do you stand on it?
Me personally, I've enjoyed it. I find his voice, he's a bit like Westside Gunn in that like his voice is a bit hard to get by to begin with. He's basically, what he sounds like to me is like, now that we've had like a sort of democratization of making music, and everyone can make music, and like there's other albums I want to talk about that but he's the kind of person who would be in a crew in the 90s. Probably not going to be the one, Puffy making the lead single with him on it and stuff like that. He's not going to be on Notorious B.I.G.'s album, but he's in Junior Mafia. He's that kind of guy.
Well, that's interesting.
But I'm not saying that isn't because he's quality. He just doesn't sell. He's just not someone who just is an easy. He's kind of deep, and like, yeah, he can make a whole album, and people can appreciate it for what it is. It's a good album. His lyrics are good. He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder at times. Like he has a few lines at college kids, and that whole, he sounds a bit like Ray. He sounds a bit like Ray, fine. And he's reading Jordan Peterson and stuff like that. Not keen on that.
I thought that was fine. I thought it was fine though.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. He just seems like he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. But generally, yeah, he's like, imagine if you just found out someone from Junior Mafia had released an album in the 90s and it was really good. It's like, oh yeah, you should have been famous.
Do you know when Rat King came out? Did he not stick out for you with Rat King? He always stuck out to me. As soon as I heard him on Rat King, I was like, oh, wow, like, this guy sounds like he could bring stuff, but Rat King's very different to this.
Did you get it?
What?
As soon as I heard him, I was like, oh, wow. He just did.
There he goes, ruining everyone's experience of this show.
He's ruining your experience of your own life by making you aware of everything you say.
Oh, wow. Oh, you won't believe what Ray said.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I do that. I've got not a very great... I need a more
Don't
expansive...
stop. It's your whole Joe Rogan thing. People love Joe Rogan because he'll just suddenly talk about like bow hunting straight away. You're like the Joe Rogan of hip-hop.
Yeah, I'll
Hey, pull that up for me, Jamie. You should look into that.
Brilliant. Okay, all right. Ray, where are you on Wiki and Half God? Where are you on this?
Just the same again. There's a lot of unfinished beats on this, and there's a lot of. I just find his rhyming just lorem ipsum. You know, like what are you talking about? Just and that's what I find a lot of the rappers that you're bringing as well. They're just it's all lorem ipsum. It's just what.
I was just looking at some R.A.P Ferreira lyrics earlier, and you saying that I was like, he's going to say that about R.A.P Ferreira, isn't he? It's kind of, you could probably level that.
Okay, no, fair enough. But I think, the beauty of, again, 2021 has highlighted this. There's so many different types of rappers now, from Bruiser Wolf to this guy. Who's that fucking guy on Alchemist and Boldy's latest shit? There's a guy who sounds like Danny Brown, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Danny Brown on Hot Water Tank? And it's like, oh, it's not Danny Brown. But there's so many different things. It's fine. I think Wiki occupies a space that, fair enough, isn't on Ray's radar. Maybe James isn't feeling the bars as much, but they resonate.
There's no bangers on this album, though. Don't you think? There's just no.
I don't think it need. What I've done with this album, I've fallen in love with the Sonics over just repeated listens of none of it's gone, fucking hell, that's a neck breaker. But that isn't what Navy Blue does anyway, really. Peach Cobbler to an extent, maybe. And, HDTV is that one that he does on his own prize. But on this, New Truths, when you hear New Truths, that's so 90s NYC. That could come from the 90s, that track. It's so sick. And that beat could be from the 90s. And the way he talks about talking to people who've got no direction. I know he said he talks about like privileged people and stuff like that, and I think it's fine. That's what he's encountering, and it's almost like measuring what success is, which is what the greats do, like Kendrick and people and Little Sims does it a lot, like measuring what is like success and why do we want applause for what we do. But when you hear stuff like The Business, that is becoming slowly it's this crashing production to it, and like still melodic. And I love what Navy can do now. Spiritual music to fucking earthy 90s retrofitted music to fucking, Earl's on here as well, All I Need. That's just another massive grower.
With this, like what you're saying about New Truths, like when New Truths comes on, that's the one where I'm like, oh shit. And it's near the start of the album as well. It's like, this is how this album's going to be. And then he touches on it where I'm really feeling it. And then it's like, hey, I can do this. Not going to, not really.
I can see that. But then what I loved about that is it gives you that feeling of like retro. I know this is hitting the spots that, I love, but then it takes you somewhere a little bit different, which is kind of like, that's nice. I don't get the same thing over and over again. And that's what keeps me going back, I think, is because I'm not getting the same thing all the time. And I kind of want to unpack it. And I've not unpacked this album properly. And there's loads of stuff to unpack. And all these albums I brought, there's so much of that to do with it, which is why it's rewarding for me to listen to. I was listening to Wiki the God and Drug Supplier, and those I was thinking on another day in another year, they're the most transcendental tracks. When you'll literally just feel like you're floating and you're like, yeah, shit. So that Home is another one, and the way he starts Home, when he's on Home and it's like he's on the street, it's all stripped back and someone's like doing the drum and he's just rapping, and I was like, yeah, fuck, I love hip-hop. It's great. You don't even need anything. You just be on this fucking street. He's just on the street rapping, and then bang, it goes into the track. And then fucking talks about fate and second chances. And in a year where I've been emotionally all over the place, it's like, fuck yeah, like I feel this. So yeah, Half God for me is right in there. Before we go to Ray's next one, let's get back in here. Oh God, we've missed a lot of this chat. Aaron, We Be Foolish is a group from late 90s, early 2000s. Oh, okay, fair enough. Ninja Rose, Medahane, Eighth Miss this morning. I've not heard that one. Aaron, Kenbung, Boogaloo. Right, okay, hold on, let's go. Oh, Ninja Rose, Half God was my number 5. Great album, so honest and real. I feel James on the charisma deficit on Wiki, says Free Music Empire.
You're forgiven You're already forgiven because you weren't dissing me, but definitely if it was a diss,
being with you.
if it was a diss, you're even more forgiven for agreeing with me.
You're in the plus now. You've got 2 pluses.
I'm double sorry. That's what I'm saying.
Osman, I called out Ice Bishop guy. That's it. Osman called out the Ice Bishop guy from, who sound like Danny Brown on Twitter, and he went on our thread and just went LMFAO, and so he's got a bit of a humour to it. That he knows.
I want to know that he must have been searching his own name if he was like untagged.
Yeah, obviously. But Freddie Gibbs has done that to me back in the day. I got a good retweet and like for Freddie Gibbs, and he must have just been searching his name. That was like 5 years ago. Yeah, and I was like, wow, Freddie Gibbs searches his own name.
What did you say? Did you say something about his luscious six-pack or something like that?
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah,
because at the time he was one of the first ones you started to go. You got a bit hot under the collar for one of the first.
The first ones, fuck me,
on
mate.
the podcast. On the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember us having a 5-minute conversation about how hot he was.
My wife's gonna listen to this. She's gonna be like, "What are you fucking doing in that room?" Right. So, Danny Walnut Brown, good work, free music. All right, Aaron, might be quite a sweeping statement as I haven't given all these guys, Wiki, Griselda, Navy Blue, R.A.P, Ferreira, a complete full-on listen. I hope this encourages you to, because all those guys deserve it.
No, they don't. Aaron should keep cracking on doing exactly what he's doing. I agree with him 100%. Agree with you, Aaron. The whole
keep being ignorant, Aaron. Keep being ignorant.
None of them have a flow that pull me in. So it's all quite background mood music. Yeah, that's exactly it. The background Lorem Ipsum rappers that just fucking drone on about shit. I'm not having it.
Drone on about shit. Life. Drone on about life, innit? Yeah, that's shit. Ray, what have you got? What have you got? What's your next? Oh, go on. Finish your point.
You wowed it again, by the way, but it's just going to get tiring.
Don't worry about it. I think you're worried about it too much. This is why you got the clenched jaw, Ray. It's because
just working my way through your fucking playlist. I'm like, give me a sec.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so you've done HOFFA. We've done Imaginary Everything. 2 pretty decent. Amazed that out of a fucking year like this, they get in there, but fair play. Like, yeah. What's your next one?
I know which should be first. Which one's going to be this one? All right, yeah.
You got
Coupe.
Do Rush. Please do Rush. Do Rush.
No, coup de grace. Ransom, coup de grace. Yeah. So how are we pronouncing it? There's a lot of French in 2021. There's a lot of French pronunciations.
Mate, what is it on Westside?
Coupe de grace by Ransom and Rome Streetz.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in on the lot of French. What's that? Someone in the comments remind me. The one on Westside Guns where he's like, Richard, not Richard, as in English. It's Richard. There is a lot of French. Good spot, Ray. Good spot. Coup de grace. Go in, mate. Go in. Come on.
Just Ransom and Rome Streetz just bringing it, and when I was saying about, I've coined a phrase, the Lorem Ipsum rappers, but Ransom's actually sticking to a subject and rhyming over and over again. It's so satisfying to listen to. I know it's the opposite for Jambo because he's really boring, but he's just actually rhyming. It's just really fucking satisfying to me. And when you think the rhyme's finished, he throws in another one. And you're like, oh shit. Anyway, it's like, surprise! Oh wow! I was like, oh wow! That was every rhyme. I was like, wow. And that's the other one.
What do you think to Rome?
What?
What do you think to Rome on it? Rome Streetz.
I'm more of a fan of Ransom, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Wasn't there a full Ransom album that you had in the last go round? And you picked one where he's only on half the songs.
No, but I thought Rome's great.
But he doesn't even like him. So he's taken a whole Ransom album and taken it off and put on one where he's only on half of the track.
I would say the beats on this are fucking
the beats,
great, though.
That's it. The beats is all I know. Pray for the weak.
It's unlistenable to me.
Silent Murderers.
It's
unlistenable.
Death Becomes Life.
Ransom is unlistenable to me.
James?
He's just not.
Is this because of your metronome thing? I think you've ruined this.
I've already done it. I'll go back and listen to it, but he's unlistenable. He's probably one of the worst rappers I've heard of the last 10 years. I know I'm not saying he's not good. I know people will like it, but people are tasteless. People are idiots. McDonald's is one of the most busy food places in the whole of the world. People are idiots.
Right.
Ransom is
So
just
that's
not very
stupid.
good.
You can insert. That's nonsense. You can insert anyone that you don't like. You just insert into that. Like any one of your album choices that I dislike. Oh yeah, but people are stupid. Oh, McDonald's. Oh, just,
You do that all the time. You do that all the time. We go, everyone likes this thing, and you go, yeah, but they're stupid. I'm allowed to do it for once.
You do that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
I think we all do that a little bit, except for me. I don't call anyone stupid.
Because you like everything. I don't think
true.
there's been a
that's
single
true.
album that you've not liked in the last 10 years.
Well, Jojo Pellegrino came close.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
Jojo Pellegrino's was.
No.
Yeah, I prefer to listen to Ransom actually than Jojo Pellegrino.
Yeah, I think I like this project. I didn't. Again, I'm glad you brought me back to it because I'd forgotten about it and I put it on the playlist and I hadn't really gone back because they dropped so much. But Rome Streetz and stuff with DJ fucking Muggs, Death of the Magician has been on a heavy rotation, definite honourable mention. And generally, Rome has been great. And I'd big up the Patreon members because they've all been banging on in the posts about how good Rome's been. But I think there's stuff on this. I was into No Remorse earlier. I was thinking, love the cinematic beats, of course. Great work. Again, quite retro, makes me think of noughties, makes me think of 90s. Great work. And I just thought, I was having a shave. And I thought, do you know what? Take the rappers off of this. And if they ever reboot Airwolf, they should play this track. This track should be in the reboot of Airwolf because it's got that 80s style. You're like, oh fuck yeah, like it feels a bit like, you know, there's like it's ITV 4:00 on a Saturday and you're having fish and chips. That's how I feel. But I do really enjoy that. But
Wait, which track?
is it No Remorse? No Remorse. Bandoleros. Is it Bandoleros or Bandoleros? Fucking hell, mate.
Yeah,
that is incredible. I love that.
That
is
Airwolf.
and
That is Airwolf.
there's only that is Werewolf,
Yeah.
right? There are only a few producers in my rotation that almost you kind of know who it is straight away, even though they haven't got that much of a signature sound, and they're on so many different projects. And of course, it's Nicholas fucking Craven, isn't it? And I was like, of course it is. The samples he uses are just unbelievable. So check out our episode with him this year. That was one of my favourites. He was great. Shay Noir on Claudine is amazing as well. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm looking forward to 2020. I think she's had a bit of a heavy year. I think she lost her brother this year. And, you know, big up, much love to Shay Noir. But I was thinking 2022, if she can do shit like this, and I've heard her Ransom 38 Special super group is coming with stuff. I love 38 Special. Fucking Toll Booth is one of my favourite songs. I love that. And all I know is another great track. And yeah, I kind of enjoy this project. So I'm glad that you brought this, Ray. Good work, mate. Good work. Should we go back into the things?
I'm in there. I'm in there right now.
You're always in there, James. What have we got? Here we go. I haven't heard the Davey says free music. Fair play. Rome is killing everyone in Scrabble, says Free Music Empire. He probably is. And I think, Aaron, do you think dropping so many albums devalues the whole process? Interesting question. That feeling of waiting for an album to drop and then spending months listening to it has gone because the time one album... Yeah, you're kind of right. That's what's happened with Rome Streetz this year. And it's 100%. Kind of happened with DJ Muggs. That Death of the Magician could have played all year, but then bang, he brings out American Cheese. And I was like, what the fuck? And that was my favourite Muggs project of the year. And yeah, but then I suppose what it comes down to is a bit of restraint for ourselves, right? Like I have to I'm not listening to HOFFA, but Ray has said, listen to HOFFA. Maybe I should listen to my mates more and go in and be like, you know what? I'm not going to listen to Westside Gunn again. I'm going to listen to HOFFA today. And so maybe it's a bit of that. But yeah, should we go back in? Hold on. I think Cream Music, I think Razor's Edge is the best Rome album of 2021. You're right, it did get buried, that one. It did get buried. And fuck, I can't remember it.
You know when like people say something like, yeah, thanks for the praise, but all I want is if I've changed one person's mind. And Osman said that he stopped listening to Ransom because of what I said in the summer. So yeah, I feel like that's all I need. Just change one person's mind. That's all I need.
I know. That's all you need to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Ransom will change it back. He will eventually.
I like Ransom. Just to cap the Ransom point, despite your hate for the metronome rhyming, what supersedes it all for me is what he raps about. And I know he said some questionable shit on Twitter this year, which I have questioned about masculinity and no, for me, Kid Cudi wearing a dress shouldn't have to make you react like anything like he did. But that's the side and actually talk about his actual rhyming, you cannot say he doesn't fucking have substance. He talks on a multitude of subjects very well. And I think that is why I do love Ransom, because he's very clever.
He fits
stupid.
a lot of words in, you know. He's going to, eventually the right words are going to come out.
He's like Twister.
It's like, I'm sorry, language is too difficult for me to understand. So what are you talking about? It's just fucking annoying me now.
How about this? Let's keep it positive. It's been a great year. We're here to celebrate hip hop. Let's celebrate it and let's not tear this shit down too much. James, your next one. What you got?
What's my next one? My next one is R.A.P Ferreira. Bob's son.
Oh, which one?
Bob's son.
Fucking let's go. If I could dab, I'd dab right now.
Do you like that one better than the new one's really good? The new one's interesting.
The new one's
though.
really
He's
good.
changed it up a little bit. Just a bit. Just a tiny bit.
Bob's son, I would say, is immaculate.
Yeah, it's a beautiful album. Yeah. It's but
you go.
As an artsy-fartsy, liberal, more than liberal, leftist, creative, fanning around in his studio, popping a little bit of R.A.P Ferreira on and just letting him dip in and out of my brain with his Lorem Ipsum style rapping. It's really abstract and beautiful and thought-provoking, and there are just little moments of clarity in there. And the beats, he's like a jazzy Westside Gunn in that he always picks a really interesting, beautiful beat. I haven't actually looked at who produces for him. I should do, because like you say, it's an immaculate album in terms of production. And if you do, I can imagine it's fine. If Ray doesn't like him, I get it. It's not for everyone. But yeah, it's kind of like if you took Ghostface Killer and like sort of just took him to another level in terms of just free association.
He definitely has ghost in him.
He's Ghostface Killer's son, who didn't have to serve rock on the streets and went to an arts college and called his teachers by their first name. He's that kind of guy.
Isn't his son called Supreme? Is it?
Is he really?
Isn't he? He's gay. I'm sure he's a rapper. I think he's an actual rapper. I think he's an artist. I don't know if he's a rapper. He might be a singer, but he is an artist. But yeah, no. So I see that with R.A.P Ferreira. I want to go in there, but Ray, what do you think to Bob's son?
Yeah,
is it more the same?
Yeah, well, it's just like, again, it's another, like I don't know. It doesn't grip me. It doesn't grip me. And like I said, it's very much. I don't want to reiterate what Jambo's already said for me, but the Lorem Ipsum rapping, and it's just, yeah. Like there's so much music. You know, you're sort of talking about how there's certain albums that you keep going back to. Sorry, that was me feeling you're both reading the comments. I was like, oh, I've got like free reign. No one's listening.
I'm still listening, Ray. I'm still listening to you. I'm still listening. Don't worry about that. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Again, it's there's so much music to listen to. You know, I'm not working on it by listening to it over and over and over again for it to get through. Who's gone?
Okay, and I think there's this element of repetition that works really nicely with a lot of Wiki's Half God, fucking Navy's Reprise, Bob's son. I think Haram, all these things. I think the repeatedness of it, and it almost becomes like a bit of a hypnotic journey. I think this album is a fucking journey, like sonically. It's incredible. The way he goes Yam Chips and Flaxseed, again, great fucking names. And one of the album titles of the year is on his other album, which is Brother Muzone's Library Card. Like, fucking come on.
Yeah.
Like, how good is that song title?
Good track as well.
And what a great track. I think it's achingly soulful at times, but also on stuff like Diogenes on the Auction Block. What a fucking great title as well. I'm the type of slave you buy if you need a master.
Yeah.
When he fucking flips that shit, but he's clearly thinking it through and he's adding the ers to rhyme and help the flow go. I'm like, shit, man, this motherfucker's thinking about his ers and ums. Like, he genuinely is quite meticulous, I feel, about how he's putting these words together in a form of spoken word poetry, absolutely. But I like that, and you're right. You let it seep in and out, a bit like Billy Woods, a bit like Elucid, and things hit you on different time wavelengths, whenever, you know, they don't all hit you at once. And I think it's just a very beguiling album. I think that track itself is one of my favorites. And there's just a lot going on all of the album and all of his stuff he does. Red Guard Snipers, how you make a drone sound beautiful. And it's just, yeah, very 80s again. Scrench was one that I was like, fucking love that. Transported me to just some fucking jazz cymbals and fucking guitar and these fucking keys, and yeah, amazing. But I'm going to send you a video on WhatsApp later, lads, because I have forgot to say this before the live show. But if you remember last year, there was a track I talked about that I loved listening to, especially as it timed itself as me watching a kestrel floating in the sky, ready to hunt and kill.
Your Kes moment.
It's prey. Yeah, my Kes moment. Yeah, absolutely. Bobby Digital's Little Wings did that same thing for me, right? I was having a walk, and it's now this year's song to watch kestrels fly to. And I don't know if that's a thing I can make, if it's going to keep going every year, but this year I was walking, and there was birds just fucking flying, this incredible formation, and Bobby Digital's Little Wings came on, and I was like, fuck, this is perfect. Those collapsing harp strings, the fucking reverb on the drums, and then these birds, just fucking beautiful nature. I just thought it was just absolutely delightful. So yeah, High Rise in Newark, another one's amazing. So yeah, I'm glad you brought this album, and I'm glad that we got to put it on the list because it fucking deserves it. There we go. Does that not feel better? Just being nice. Does it feel better? Like,
but even Ray kind of liked it by the sound of it. He didn't hate it. It was kind of all right, right, Ray?
Yeah, I mean, it's some tracks. It's got some unfinished tracks with no beats, but it's got some that are like the one you said with the harps. It's actually it's all right, but it's background music. Look, there's no participation trophies here. There's not. This is it's a serious business.
I don't know who's put that in your head, that because I don't think we've been giving them out. I think we definitely are quite ruthless.
Yeah, you are. Look at your fucking playlist. Anyway, I just move on to the next one.
Oh no, but that isn't participation. They're all amazing. That's not my fault. Hip hop's great. Oh shit, hip hop's great. But so there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. That was just a little taster, because the next part we got coming up in the description is the link to the next part. We have got even more fun. We're going to go into MVPs. We're going to round off some of our albums of the year. We haven't talked about certain artists that need to be talked about, and we're going to talk about our MVP of the year, our songs of the year, our artwork of the year, all that good stuff. So yeah, keep it locked, subscribe, and yes, check out part 2. Boom.